So it has always been hard for me to express how I feel with words. I think that comes from my childhood and like issues I had, or I still have. I see a piece of art, whether it's a painting, a movie, or even a song, and I love learning more in interpreting what the author is trying to express. I mean, I guess they say a picture speaks 1,000 words for a reason, and I guess that's what I'm trying to do. Speak my truth, I guess, but doing it through my art. And I think I like that with art, you don't have to be specific. Like it's open to interpretation, like to some degree. Like I could express how I feel, and it doesn't have to connect 100% with the audience. They could take their own truth and make it fit into that. I guess if that makes sense, like when you're listening to a song, like it makes you feel something, but not because you've experienced what the author has experienced, because you've experienced something similar enough where you can make that connection with the author, and that's something that I think it's amazing. So I guess it's not just a way for me to express myself, it's also a way for me to feel connected to people. I guess to kind of make me feel like I'm not alone. I guess as someone whose worst fear is being alone, uh, the thought of maybe helping somebody that feels alone to not feel alone anymore, or to feel less alone, or to feel like they're not the only person going through certain things. Uh, just the thought of that just feels really warm and fuzzy, for lack of better words. To say I have a love-hate relationship with my art would be an understatement. I look at drawings that I've had, like old drawings that I have, and I look at new stuff that I made, and the comparison, worlds apart, right? So I feel like a lot of pride in that, right? Especially like just looking at them side by side. I feel an extreme pride in what I've accomplished by myself, or mostly by myself. Like a lot of artists nowadays, I do a lot of like YouTubing and stuff like that. And when I have a question, it's fairly easy to get an answer just by looking it up, whether it be like lighting or anything like that. Any specific question that I have, it's easy to get an answer to when it comes to art making. But then I post my drawings on social media, and to say I'm heartbroken would be an understatement. I really do look at my art with pride up until the moment I upload it to Instagram. After I upload it, the world makes little to no sense. This is what makes sense in my head. You begin a journey as an artist, right? You you upload your art, even if it's just for fun at the beginning. You upload it, right? Your art gets little to no attention because your art is admittedly not good. I'm not good, but like it still has a ways to go, right? So, and that's okay, right? But then as you get better at art, your audience should grow as not should, right? It, it's you might expect it as an artist, right? Or at least I did as an artist. I expected as my art got better, my audience would grow, and just the art would speak for itself, and that was enough, right? The art was enough. But I forgot social media. It's called social media for a reason, right? It's not just about the media, it's about the social aspect too. And myself, admittedly, I am not good at socializing. I am terrible at socializing, actually. And I guess it's something I learned the hard way, especially because at the beginning of my whole journey in trying to make a comic book, I began as like drawing, right? So it made it, so I started uploading pictures online, and I was able to grow a Instagram account up to like close to 6,000 followers, right? And admittedly, my art was mediocre, or at least in my opinion, it was mediocre, right? But for some reason, I was able to grow that account to 6,000 followers. Eventually, due to personal issues and insecurities, I neglected that account, and I thought I couldn't grow it because I had messed up that account, but maybe I got it blacklisted or something. Not blacklisted, but like the algorithm wasn't showing it to many people because I had neglected the account for so long. That's what my thought process was. So I in my head I had better art to offer now, and I wanted to grow, right, as an artist, especially nowadays with social media. So I wanted to grow. So I decided to make a whole new account. And like I said, my art is objectively better now, but that account stuck under 600 followers, and I I can't be sure of the reason why, but I'm pretty sure it's because I lack the social aspect of social media, like I said before. And similarly to this, the first iteration of my comic book, which was then called Atlas, got over 100 subscribers in Webtoon, which is admittedly not a lot, but it's way more than any of the newer iterations or better iterations, as I would call them. And again, I guess it's because I like the social part of it. I'm not really good at making that connection between myself and my art. This has led me to like a almost a vicious cycle of posting my comic book on like free websites like Webtoon, and then just going, well, it's not getting the engagement I hope it would, so it's probably not good enough. So I decide to maybe restart it, right? And then it just keeps happening. I keep restarting over and over and over and over again, and it's I mean, it makes it like the whole thought process made sense in my head. So I guess that's why I thought it was okay to just do that, right? But it has obviously led me nowhere. So it's obviously wrong. I mean, in the thought of it just me being entitled, feeling entitled to an audience, it's hard to express how I feel without making it feel like it's just me being entitled to, feeling entitled to an audience. And as a person that's like the last person I want to be, I don't want to be someone who's not good at something and feels he's entitled to the audience. But like I said, it's my art, something I am pretty proud of. So it's hard to have those two opinions and juxtapose each other. And being afraid of being that guy that thinks he's good at something but isn't, it's just what's kept me in this vicious cycle of not good enough, let me restart all over again. Not good enough, let's just restart all over again. I wish the art could speak for itself. I wish the hard work could speak for itself. I wish the hours that I've spent just developing my art were enough to grow an audience in a social media platform, whether it be Instagram, whether it be TikTok now, whether it be Twitter. Or it's obviously not the key to growing an audience. Just having good art is not enough. Not saying my art is good, or I don't want to say that. I hate to say it, but I feel like I should probably have more than 600 followers, right? Uh, I might see. I can't help but to feel like that's just me feeling entitled to an audience. I really don't think that's what it is. I wish I could put it into better words how I feel. Like it feels like I worked so hard for something and I've gotten nowhere. And I my personal insecurities also hold me back from owning this art. Like I'm not blaming anybody. I'm blaming myself for this, because I have a very hard time owning my own art. I have a very hard time putting a face to the art, like in person, like in IRL, right? I cannot. I would not be caught dead like showing somebody my art. Like I get, it just fills me with anxiety. Like having some, like showing my phone to somebody and being like, "Hey, look, this is what I made, and I'm really proud of this, and it took me a while to do." I cannot say that to somebody like to their face. Like that's why I thought like social media would be a good, because I a good way to share my art, because I thought I could avoid that interaction completely. Right, I could just be like, "Hey, this is my art, and it's good, right?" And thousands of likes will come my way. But that is not the case. The social aspect of it's still there. Like when I show somebody my art, like if I show somebody my art, like the first valid criticism they have of it will just break me. It will just break me to the point of like it gets bad, right? Like eventually I can get across it, and I can understand where they're coming from and be like, oh, actually, yeah, yeah, they're right. The hands look a little weird, right? But as in the moment, it just breaks me. And compliments are not better. When I hear somebody like compliment my art, like if they go like, "Oh wow, this is amazing! I can't believe you're this talented," right? The way my brain hears it, it's in a condescending tone, like, "Oh, good job, buddy. Oh, you're so," and I know they're not saying it that way, cause I don't feel that way about my art. I think my art's pretty good, but I can't help my brain from feeling that way. And I really wish I could shut that voice in my head, that voice that goes like, "Hey, you're good. You're just not good enough. Just not good enough to get more than 30 likes on your Instagram post. Not good enough to call yourself an artist. Not good enough to own your own art. Not good enough to grow an audience." And it's just a voice I have in my head that I hate. And I hope this video is a first step in that direction, I guess, because this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to own my own art, right? I'm trying to put a face to the art. I'm trying to be like, hey, this is me. I'm an artist. And maybe it's not a first step for me in the right direction, but maybe you are going through something similar to this as an artist, and you're just starting, and you can avoid this whole experience of stress and anxiety that I've gone through if you can just understand that there's a social aspect to social media, and you have to put yourself out there as yourself, not as just your art, in order for people to connect with it. Or at least that's what I think. I don't know. This is something new I'm trying. So this hopefully this video is a first step for me, and if it's not, hopefully it's a first step for you. So I've already said that I want to express my emotions through my art, right? But I don't want to just express my emotions. I want to entertain while doing so. I I have found myself brought to tears by a fictional character more than I would like to admit. Seeing someone, even if it's a fictional character, succeed, uh, even if it's a fictional character, but I relate to them. If I see them succeed, right, or if I see them fail, it makes me feel like I'm not alone, right? Just relating to them, it just makes me feel that way, and it has become sort of an ambition of mine to do that for someone else out there. If every time I felt like an outcast, there was somebody there telling me, "Hey, dude, you're not alone. I feel the same way you do," I would probably not be where I am right now in life with my insecurities. Maybe I would not be as closed off as I am right now. So maybe through a comic book where I pour out all my emotions into different characters and put different versions of myself into being, I could possibly do that for somebody else. I guess I guess to put it more simply, I have a story I want to tell, and I'm going to tell it. Sometimes I really wish I could. I mean, I have a pretty well-paying job at the moment. Um, and if I focus all of my energy in that job, there's a clear path I have to grow, right? I mean, making art has not been a good financial decision for me. So like I've spent over $30,000, like probably like 2 years in the last 2 years. So I've lost money making art. Definitely. Um, I mean, especially with like the time I've spent and I've put into like getting better at drawing or getting better at writing. It's if I had been paid like minimum wage for all those hours I've spent drawing or honing these skills that I want to hone, uh, I I I'd probably be rich, which is having it's just a crazy thought to like even process. I mean, I guess if I'm being honest with myself, Titanomic has probably brought nothing but stress and anxiety to my life. but it's still something I'm very passionate about, if that makes sense. I don't know how that factors into it. But like I'm not gonna give up anytime soon. Like it's just a part of who I am now. It's just every free time I have, it's spent doing this. And it's gonna be that way for a while. And hopefully there's more of this interaction between me and an audience I'm trying to grow, as opposed to the way it's been for the past few years. I mean, but like I said, at the end of the day, I'm gonna see this project through, whether somebody reads it or not. I'm go Titanomic is gonna be a comic, and not only that, I'm going to make it the best comic I can possibly make with the skills I have at the moment I make it. I mean, it's it's funny, but every time I watch like an anime intro, right, I can't help but to daydream my characters in the animation, right? Just every time I watch One Piece, right? Like I can't help but to like put like Atlas in there or put Cyrus in there. You know what I'm saying? Somehow, and then just it's like every single time I watch an anime show, this happens, and it's just I Titanomically being animated would be amazing, but that would just be like a bonus. It wouldn't. It's not what I want it to be. Like I said, I just want Titanomically to be read by somebody and have that person either relate to one of my characters or see them struggle through something, and that give them the inspiration to fight their own demons per se. Like something like that. That's what I want Titanomically to be. And on a personal level, I guess I do want Titanomically to become a stable income for me, or just an income in general, because I've made $0 making Titanomically, but that's neither here nor there. So, like I said, this is something I want to do more of. Just uh, give myself the opportunity to be the artist and speak for myself as well, not just trying to make the art speak for me and just be like, hey, oh look, this is cool and this is what I can do. Hopefully I can, if you have any ideas for like things you will want to see me talk about or things you will probably want to see me draw, or even if it's like a tutorial or something that's been done already a million times, I would definitely be open to do it. So if you have any ideas for the kind of content you would like to see me make as a comic book illustrator and as an author, that would be something you should probably leave in the comments, and I'm open to ideas because clearly what I've been doing for the past few years, it's not it, chief. But so and like I guess I've been like a little afraid to show my personality uh to the camera like right now, because like I'm not used to this. This is not something I do, but I want to try it, like because I feel it's unfair for me not to do everything I can to have that audience that I want to have. So, like I said, hopefully this is the first step on that journey for me. And yeah, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it.